I think another key thing here is, is security. I mean, one of the things when Lauren was speaking about the journey to the cloud, and some of the biggest questions she sees are the questions around security and how do I secure this? And I think this also goes back to her observation as well, where it's not just about the security of the cloud. When people perceive their use of the cloud, they perceive the security question as being one of their biggest questions. But when they actually come to the pragmatic realities of the cloud, it's the governance. It's the how am I using that security. Amazon, Azure, Google, they have great infrastructure to provide security. They comply to pretty much any security standard, whether it's HIPAA, PCI, GDPR. You can conform to any of those standards with the public cloud infrastructure. They provide a great system to build upon. The challenge is are your users using that technology right? And I think, again, as we evolve the roles of the DBAs, you need to be that trusted partner for your developers. Many times what you see is the challenge with security in the cloud is not that S3 can't be secured. It's that the developer who uploaded all of your personally identifiable information to S3 buckets didn't put a proper password on the system, and he's not using the tools that are being provided by the system appropriately. So those are the things you have to look at and think about how you can come into compliance, how you can use the cloud in a way that meets the requirements of your system, meets the needs of your environment. Another key thing I think is in terms of looking at the change of the environment and the change towards DevOps. This has really changed the way people think about operations, and you're moving away from a world where it used to be just an operations center, where an operations support desk, or if you had a problem with your database, you knew how to call. It was the DBA, and it could be the middle of the night, and and they get it back up and running and get things back going for you. I think that's really, with the world of DevOps, that's really changed, because developers, and the DBAs and the entire operational staff are now in partnership. You're in an agile cycle. You're changing things as you go. You're looking at ways to improve things in an agile way, and just like all the other parts of the business in an agile motion, you working together. It's about agile teams. It's about how does the DBA work with the team, with the rest of the team in terms of building these things in an agile way. How do you iterate? It's not about a lot of times in the old world, you would maybe build a capacity plan and figure out how much hardware you're going to need, and then you roll that out and deploy that over the course of months. Well, no, you don't do that anymore. Again, this is why the cloud creates this more agile environment where you iterate with the development team. You understand how the requirements evolve as you go through that. You spin up databases that are necessary to support those workloads. You may decide that those workloads aren't actually important, and you terminate the whole thing and shut down those instances on the cloud. You've got that option now. So you have a different world that you're working in to optimize.